episode 20, we get a look at Tail Guy explaining the brainwashing. He didn't just like give him a vague like, oh, the stars say ho when it's not some weird riddle, like a ghost in a cloud gives you. This guy walks up to him. No, he takes his lunch break to explain to this dumbass that if you talk to him, he can brainwash you. And then the first thing Deku does is go and talk to him.
Yeah, he absolutely nailed what his quirk is. He's like, he might as well have been Present Mike doing the shoutcast for his quirk, because if he was like, oh, I was talking to him and all of a sudden I was blank. If that was all the information Deku got, okay, like that was kind of vague because he doesn't really know what happened. But he's like, I answered a question and then I don't remember anything until I bumped into somebody else. So his quirk
he spent his lunch break explaining this to you.
Yeah, literally.
You had one job.
He might as well have had the Shinso Game Shark guide. Or he might as well have had like the strategy guide for him. And he answered the question. So his quirk is called Brainwashing and can make an opponent do what he says by answering a question. And it doesn't have to be all questions that Shinso asks, just when he chooses to activate his quirk. So
it'd be weird if he couldn't actually have someone answer a question for him without brainwashing them.
Does anyone have any questions, class? He keeps his hand down, keeps failing. He's like 12 in first grade.
I mean, I guess he could pretend to be mute all the time.
Yeah, write it down.
Or or pretend to be deaf.
So
I feel like his hero career is really limited because, it's the guy that hypnotizes you if you answer his questions.
Yep.
And then everyone,
as soon as his secret
he can only
out,
capture people dumber than Deku.
Yeah.
And everyone else just throws a rock at him, and now he's bleeding.
Yeah, people as dumb as Deku as well, because Shigaraki could be telling one of his villains, listen, don't answer his questions. He can brainwash you, but if he's Deku or dumber, he's just going to answer it anyways. So the way Deku gets out of it is essentially one for all, the quirk that All Might passed down to him. Apparently, all of the spirits who have had one for all are still lying dormant within the power. Yeah, so they woke Deku up. What's that?
Yeah, and he sees them like their outlines.
Yes.
He sees the outlines of several people. He's like, wait a minute, who's that?
Yeah.
And then, I guess the one for all moves his fingers for him.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get this the first time watching through, but this is very foreshadowy.
Yes.
And I really should have caught it the first time. I don't know why I didn't catch it the first time, because he says, I didn't move my own fingers, which is kind of scary.
And two of his fingers break and it wakes him up. Shinso keeps trying to get Deku to talk to him again, which I was shocked that he didn't.
It'd be funny if he just had to walk off again because he was being dumb. And then the series ends because All Might takes the power back.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, too stupid to be a superhero.
And Deku gently pushes him towards the edge of the ring. Shinso.
What are you talking about? They're full on 12-year-old wrestling there.
Yeah.
He punches him and gets a bloody nose.
Yeah, he tries to reverse it, but then Deku hits him with the overhead slam that he hit Bakugo with back in that entry exam. Or not the entry exam, the first test.
The one that should have been the end of Bakugo's career because all of his broken bones.
Deku and All Might talking, trying to figure out what happened. Deku's essentially saying, I saw a bunch of 7 or 8 shadowy figures. I don't know who they are. Was that was that one for all? I'm going to keep doing that. I can't help it. I always call it all for one. I don't know why.
It's because you're secretly a villain.
Todoroki and Endeavor, they cross paths again. Todoroki calls him a bastard. Says, I'm not using my fire quirk, you bastard.
Me. I'm going to do what you want in a slightly different way. Ha-ha! Yeah. And Endeavor's like, okay.
Yeah. All right, that's fair enough.
Imagine if your genius plan was to make your son be join the Coast Guard as a diver.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I'm gonna do it.
To spite
I'm gonna join the Coast Guard as a helicopter pilot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, son. 1 minute and 33 seconds of Sero versus Todoroki. Now, this is from intros, the first time we see them in the ring, to showing everybody's reactions, and the end, the announcement of the winner. 1 minute and 33 seconds. So all that happens is Sero, who's the tape arm guy, just tries to do some quick moves, and Todoroki hits him with like a mountain of ice, freezes him. It's like
he freezes half of the stadium.
yeah.
And I don't mean half the like square footage of the stadium. I'm talking about the cubic volume of the stadium. He freezes half of that.
Yeah. It's literally
he must have killed
sticking
hundreds
out of the top.
he must have killed hundreds of onlookers.
Yeah.
That ice goes out into the seats.
Yep. Or at least froze them. I don't know if he killed him, but he definitely froze half the audience. Or
Could you imagine, like, let's say, like, all the fight's about to start. You got, like, I'm going to put my cell phone away and, like, grab my drink to watch. And then you look up and this wall of ice just appears in a split second.
Yeah.
You feel the cold at the same moment you feel the fear of your oncoming death because this thing just appeared in front of you.
Yep. And it goes into the audience, and it's also taller than the highest point of the stadium because it's an open roof stadium, and it shows it from the outside, and it's like 20 feet above the top. So, and he does it in a split second. It's really weird because
do you think Todoroki could reverse global warming?
Maybe just go to Antarctica or whatever and just start freezing everything.
Yeah, just put the icebergs back.
I guess he could. How easily he did that without trying.
I mean, like if he like put some effort into just this instead of whatever else he has to do.
The next round, I mean, we haven't finished the first round yet, but with the two winners, the next round is Deku versus Todoroki, it's a really rare thing to happen in anime, I feel like. It'd be like Goku against Vegeta in the second round.
Yeah, but Todoroki is not Vegeta.
Yeah, that's true. Bakugo's Vegeta. It just seemed like, that would be a semifinal matchup rather than second round. But, it just seemed really cool. It's like we're going to lose one of these two like main characters in the first, in the second round. So stay tuned to see who it is. So on our next episode, we're going to be discussing a couple more My Hero Academia episodes. We're packing them in here so we can try and get right up to when the new season comes out, so we can be right on point with you guys.